right, 23 minutes before 11 o'clock. What's that? What is that old saying? I don't even know if this is considered a cliche or not, but it says, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave when at first we attempt to deceive," or something of that nature. What we're going to talk about the deceiving and keeping secrets or lying or whatever. Ken Massey is on the phone. He is a public speaker, a humorist, a minister, a life coach, a conflict manager, and transition specialist, and his book is called The Skeleton Code. It is described as a satirical guide to secret keeping, and let's just say good morning to Ken. Good morning, Ken. Thank you for calling in.
Hey. Good morning, Larry. It's good to be with you. How are things in the lovely swing state of Florida?
The swing state is right. Where are you calling from? It's nice. It's beautiful here. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Chicago.
Oh, is it? All right. Okay. Well, thank you for calling from Chicago. Is it cold up there today?
It is pretty brisk, but not as brisk as yesterday. And everybody's happy anyway because the Cubs won.
That's right. That's right. Well, you know, in the notes that prepared us for this interview, it was discussing the way the politicians lie to us, and what I'm wondering is, okay, in my lifetime, and I don't know if this is directly about the book, but in my lifetime, anybody who I've known, who I've decided and concluded was a chronic liar. I would still be friends with them. I have no problem being friends with somebody who's likable, like the likable liar. You know, we all know
Sure.
them, right?
Sure.
But
sure.
you don't know what to believe. That's the only problem with the likable liar. Is that I don't understand.
That's right.
I don't know what's the psychology behind it, but
Yeah. Well, relationships are built on trust, or healthy relationships are built on trust. And so, if you can't trust somebody, you can't go deep in a relationship. I mean, you might be able to transact some business with them or go to a ball game with them, but the really important stuff of life you can't do without trust.
Yeah, and if it's to be, I don't know, to exaggerate a story, to be funny or something, it's a little different than if you're trying to hide an infidelity, for example, or maybe a violation of the law. Those are kind of heavier lies. I don't know how God looks at them, but it seems heavier to me.
Yeah, it is. It is, and we keep a range of skeletons in our closet, and some of them are ridiculous or funny or silly or trite or whatever. There's a lady at the retirement home where I serve as a chaplain who is a staunch Republican, and she is in a retirement home with lots of Republicans, and she's going to vote for Hillary Clinton, and she can't tell anybody, right? Or there's another lady that we know that has rented storage space because she loves to shop for antiques, but wants to keep this from her husband, so she buys her antiques and keeps them in a storage space, and occasionally she'll switch them out with things in her house where he doesn't notice.
Oh no!
Yeah,
that's funny stuff.
Well, I've done it too. I remember I'm an avid golfer, and I used to have the latest golf club, but I didn't want my wife to know I was spending this money, so I would have the club shipped to my office, so she would never see it. Right?
Right. It seems,
but
some of it seems harmless. Can I tell you one that you just reminded me of? All right, when my son is now 30 years old, and if he's listening, then he may or may not remember this. But we were riding in the car. I had picked him up. He was in elementary school. He was very young. And I never ever wanted to tell him a lie. The day he was born, I said, whatever he asks me, I'm going to tell him the truth. If he asks me about my past and there's some part of it that I'm embarrassed by, I'm going to just come right out and tell him the truth. That was my commitment to myself regarding him. So in the car, he says to me, "Dad, do you believe in Santa Claus?" And
no!
I know, and it was that moment where I think, "Oh my gosh, how do I answer this?" And so what I said was, now you tell me if I lied. I said, "I believe that something happens to us all that makes us able to spend more money in December than we do the other 11 months. I'm not sure what it is, but that is like the spirit of Santa Claus, I think." And
Right.
I don't know if I said to him, like, in other words, did he translate that? "Oh, I get it. So you're a Santa Claus." I don't know if he got that, or if it just was like, okay, that's good enough for me. I don't know, but
well, that's certainly a secret that's eventually going to get out for kids, right?
Yeah.
They're going to finally get to that place where they figure out that mom and dad are Santa Claus.
Yeah. So I don't know if I lied or not, but anyway.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Well, it's as long as it's not a skeleton you're still keeping in your closet. In other words, if you're not trying to keep it from it at age 30, I think you're okay.
Well, okay, so let's focus on that. So do we do ourselves harm by never confess? Because, in the church, we're told to confess our sins. In the Catholic Church, you do it out loud to a priest. In the Protestant churches, you kind of do it silently in church. You just say, I'm sorry, God, I think I made a mistake, right?
Right. Uh-huh. And that's a good start. But we don't just keep secrets from God. We keep secrets from other people, and that's where the relational problems come. Uh-huh. And even in an even more difficult way, we keep secrets from ourselves. It's actually possible to keep a secret from yourself because you've buried it so deeply. You're so ashamed of it, or it makes you feel so guilty, or you want to forget it so badly that you actually keep it from yourself. Mm-hmm. And this is a way of denying part of who you are, and that's the unhealthy part of it. And so you live as this sort of duplicitous life. It was Nathaniel Hawthorne that said, we can't wear one face to ourselves and another face to our public for very long without losing a sense of which one is actually true. So we are one person, we're not two people, but oftentimes we live this double life, a public persona and a private life, but we're only one person. And so part of the thing about getting our secrets out and being honest in life is to have a sense of integrity about our lives. We are one, we're not two, or we're not three.
Okay. Okay. So I have a question about that. You're a minister, and and we had a local story not too long ago. The local police chief, he's the chief of police, and he got into some kind of hot water because I guess they were playing some kind of a game that had. He was at a party and they were playing some kind of a game that probably would be, I don't want to say sexual. Where you can be flirtatious.
Yeah,
and he didn't cross the line as far as I know, but still people came up and said, oh, that wasn't appropriate. And then he, so he's no longer the police chief, I think, right? He was on hold, whatever he's
he's not.
All right, and I'm not, if you're listening, sir, I'm not trying to embarrass you. But what I'm getting at is, though, in his world, should he have been two different people? Should he have been the police chief as the police chief and then a different person with his friends? Or, I don't know.
Well, that's the real pressure, is that our culture really promotes this idea of having a public life and having a private life. And that is by its nature duplicitous. Now, I understand that no one is compelled to share everything about their life with every person or to put it on the front page of the paper. But that's different than keeping a secret. That's different than intentionally guarding parts of our lives so that we're not exposed in some way that would be shameful to us.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he was doing or his situation, but it's a difficult proposition for someone in politics like that or a public position to have a public persona that might be different from who they are, but that's a difficult reality to deal with.
But do you have to deal with it yourself as a minister? Do you find yourself like you go to a family function and you take off your minister hat, and next thing you know, somebody's there who knows you as a minister and not as dad or as the brother or whatever else you might be, just friend? Yeah,
no, that's a really good question, because as a minister, there are certain expectations people place on you even when you're in public. And it's hard to take that hat off anytime that you're in public, because you don't want to ruin whatever reputation you might have with your own flock or whatever. Yeah. So that's a great question. It's a very difficult line to walk. Yeah. But the main thing for me would be that I certainly would not be someone in private that I could not be in public.
How did you get the people that you interviewed for the book to trust you?
Good question.
I didn't have to do a thing. The great thing about my job and also my wife's is that people already trusted us and confided in us. And so they told us these things without us asking them. We didn't go to them and say, we're writing a book, tell us your deepest, darkest secrets. I've spent 35 years hearing people's deepest, darkest secrets.
Oh, really?
And I would never reveal those to anyone who might be able to connect the dots. And in the book, of course, we changed some of the circumstances and the names so that people couldn't do that. But all those stories in there are real happenings in real people's lives.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and people just told us, and we consider that a trust, and we don't think we violated that trust. What we're trying to do is help other people with the things that we have learned about life, and we have found that when people are able to share their secrets and get them out of the closet, there's a healing that takes place from that. There's a relinquishment. We call it a threefold process because you first of all have to accept this part of your life that you're trying to hide. It is part of who you are, or it's something that you've done, but it's a significant a feeling or experience of your life. You've got to own it, accept it, embrace it. But the second part is we encourage people to share it with somebody, and not just anybody, but if you're not sure about sharing it with someone, share it with a therapist. These are the people that are trained to listen to these things. And the third piece is to learn what the secret has to teach you, because Carl Jung, a psychologist, says when we stumble and fall, that's where we find pure gold. So we find the most important lessons in life, especially regarding our self-awareness, we find those in the places where we mess up, not where we're successful. So your skeleton is all about teaching you something.
This sounds this sounds like a lot of wisdom in this book. You're bringing a really good topic to this program. The book is called
thank you.
The book is called The Skeleton Code. It's written by our guest Ken Massey. Do you have a co-author?
Yes, Ala Campanella is my wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's the co-author. Yeah, so we had a fun time writing it together.
Okay, so on the other side of the break, we have to take a break. I want to tell you about one of my secrets. All right.
Oh, I can't wait.
I don't think I've ever shared this. I share everything with the audience, but I don't think I've shared this one with the audience before.
Oh, okay.
All right. I have with you, Robin, but I don't think I have with the audience. So
I can't wait. I can't wait.
We'll be right back. It's one of my skeletons. We'll be right back with Ken Massey.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. So this Tuesday, sunshine, some clouds, breezy and warm, high 82 to 86. Partly cloudy Tuesday night, low 66, well inland 72 along the coast. Wednesday will be warm with clouds and sun, and a shower or two in the morning at the coast. In the afternoon, inland, high 81 to 85. Thursday, clouds and sun with some showers around, high 81 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. And whether you're going on a job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too.
Hello, gorgeous.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Beethoven was extremely particular about his coffee. He insisted each cup be made with exactly 60 beans. there's a new smart pepper spray. It's called the Defender, and it not only shoots a disabling spray at an attacker, it takes a picture of them in the process. So moms-to-be and friends of moms-to-be, if you want your cheese fix, experts say stick with pasteurized cheese only.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
All right, 7 minutes before 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. If you have skeletons in your closet, you might want to get them out of your closet, and there's a way to do that, and it would be healthy for you, and it just sounds like a really good thing, and I think it's biblical. I mean, that's what the Bible teaches, is to confess your sins and to move forward and to accept redemption and the offering of forgiveness. That's what it's about, isn't it? Ken Massey is our guest. He's written a book called The Skeleton Code, and among other talents, he's also a minister. So, obviously it makes sense. And everything you've said so far is so wise. All right, so let me tell you my little thing. And Robin has heard this, but I don't know that our listeners have. So early in my life, I was as a young man, 20-something-year-old. I played guitar in bars. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I was down, and then I discovered I could make more money playing guitar in colleges. So I was playing colleges, and I was down in Miami, middle of the night, coming home, had a flat tire, and a car ran off the road and crashed into the railing right behind me. And I thought, wow, had I stopped on the other side of that canal where the railing was, that car would have crashed into me. So I thanked God for saving my life, and I said, oh my gosh, I'm playing pop music. I should be playing Christian songs. I should be playing songs that honor God and glorify God. I should get away from all these pop songs that really don't say a whole lot of anything. So I made up my mind I was going to do pop songs. I mean, not pop songs, but, religious songs and, appropriate, like pop, contemporary Christian songs, that kind of thing. And so instead of charging money, I was asking just love offerings. That's all I was doing. Okay. Mm-hmm. So far, so good, right? So I get to churches, and they refer to me as a minister of music. All of a sudden, I feel so weird because, no, I'm not a minister. Now, I'm sitting in front of a church singing to people, and at the time, I smoked cigars. Well, I in a million years wouldn't want them to know I smoke cigars because that would have been a big taboo, I think. But more so than that, and this is I'm telling you the truth. I'm a young man, and I'm normal, and I'm attracted to the women in the front row who you can see their legs, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm no minister. There's no way I'm a minister. I can't look at women the way I'm looking at them and call myself a minister. So I stopped doing it as just as a living. I still did it, but I didn't do it as a living anymore. Anyway, so there's my little. It's not a skeleton now. It's not a skeleton now, but it was a skeleton then. At that moment.
Yeah, and it was a catch-22. If you played the pop music in bars and restaurants, you felt like you were violating part of who you are. And if you played Christian songs in churches, you felt like you were violating another part of you.
Yeah, well, the title minister really, I was thinking, no, I'm not a minister. Don't think of me that way. I'm just a normal, corrupted guy. Yeah, so.
Right. Well, I'm pleased that you took that title so seriously. And there's a responsibility that comes along with that title. And
absolutely.
that job.
I agree,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so, yeah, and if you are a minister and you realize that you're not behaving like a minister or a congressman and realize that you're not living up to what you should be living up to, then I think you should change jobs or something.
Yes, I absolutely will. And you have spoken to what was my significant secret. My oldest daughter developed a mental illness when she was 14, and for about 6 years, we worked hard to try to figure out how to help her. And we took her to every kind of physician you can imagine and tried every kind of healing modality you can think of, and she continued to descend into this mental illness, which, completely broke my heart. It just did. You have dreams for your little girls, right?
Sure.
And so they grow up and be beautiful and get married and have kids and are happy and all that sort of thing. And none of this was going to come true for my Kristen. And I had a faith crisis. I came to that place where I said, I don't really, if God can't help me after all I've done for God, If God can't do this for me, then I don't think I want anything to do with God. But did I leave my church? No, I did not. And this is part of the problem with skeletons, that we rationalize them so easily. My rationalization was, well, even if I don't believe in God, the people I'm serving do, and that's enough. And plus, I didn't know how to do anything else, with my life. I was afraid.
Wow, that's heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
Yeah. So I lived with this secret of serving and leading a believing community when I did not know if I believed or not.
Does the book finish the story for us?
Well, I'll finish it. No, it really doesn't. It doesn't get into that kind of detail. But I had to get to the very bottom of life before I discovered that what needed to die was not my faith. It was my particular faith, the way I thought of God, the kind of God I believed in. That actually did need to die so that something better could be born in me. And I went through another conversion type experience in my life. And so now the God I believe in is a little different. It's not a transactional God where, God, I've scratched your back. You really need to be scratching my back.
Uh-huh.
I did this for you. You need to be doing this for me. That's just not the way it works with
God. That's awesome. I really have become a fan, Ken. You're awesome. What a great interview this has been. I am looking at the clock, wishing we had more time. The book is called The Skeleton Code. Ken Massey is the author, along with his wife, Alla Campanella. What's the best website to get the book through?
Yeah, you can always get it through Amazon or any of the major booksellers, and our website is theskeletoncode.com.
Theskeletoncode.com. Ken, thank you for being on the air with us today. You're very wise.
It's been fun.
You have a great personality, you're funny, and you have a really important message to deliver. Thank you for choosing to do it on our show.
Thanks, and you have a great day.
That was great. We will take a break and be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. A morning commute turns deadly in Maryland.
The school bus and commuter bus crashed during morning rush in Baltimore. The school bus was on the way to pick up a child when police believe the driver hit a car and then a pillar, and then continued on into oncoming traffic, striking the commuter bus.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. 6 people were killed. The driver of the school bus, which had no kids on board, and 5 people on the commuter bus. The FBI in the process of sifting through thousands of records on Anthony Weiner's computer to see if there's a link to Hillary Clinton's email case.
Law enforcement sources familiar with the process have told Fox News that once the records are identified, a second phase will kick in for the FBI, known as Eyes On. That's a phrase agents use for physically reading and reviewing the records.
Fox's Catherine Herridge and comedian Bill Cosby in a Pennsylvania courthouse where his lawyers will challenge sexual misconduct claims by 13 women. Fox News, we report, you decide.
If you really want to protect your vehicle's floor, why would you settle for anything less than the most advanced vehicle floor protection available? I'm David McNeil, founder of WeatherTech. The main goal when we design, engineer, and manufacture our floor liners is to protect your vehicle's floor, period. We realize you've made quite an investment in your vehicle, so we do everything possible to help you protect it. We don't cut corners, and we don't compromise on quality, ever. We test our custom-fit WeatherTech floor liners to ensure they hold up against anything and everything that falls on them. Dirt, sand, snow, mud, even food and drinks. And our floor liners are made right here in America, with American raw materials and, of course, American workers. So now that you know how passionate we are about protection, just imagine the detail and energy we put into every aspect of our floor liners. Learn more today about our full line of automotive accessories at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech floor liners, complete protection, completely American-made.
Radio. It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. Well, peanut farmers have had a good year this year on exporting of peanuts, but the other competitor is Argentina. Officials said from Argentina that after a difficult season where they got rain for 90 days, they lost about 25% of their crop. and have not been into the market competition this year for overseas markets. They are now in the process of planting that crop, and they reported this week that 11% more acreage is being placed in Argentina. They said they estimated that they will make 3.3 tons per hectare. A hectare is 2.2 acres. That means they'll have 1.19 million pounds of peanuts, 3% higher than USDA is predicting right now. The country is expecting a significant increase in production, and they go after the European market because they have a good quality peanut. But the end of the competition will be, of course, the United States. But there are some problems with this crop about cleanliness and no aflatoxin, and you have to be down to 4 parts per billion to enter into the European Union.
The countdown has begun once again for beef and dairy producers to become Beef Quality Assurance certified for free online through November 13th. And as an added bonus, anyone who becomes certified during this period is eligible to win a prize package courtesy of Bear Ringer Ingelheim Vetmedica Incorporated and the BQA program. Anyone who works with cattle is encouraged to complete BQA training through November 13th. Visit BQA.org to take advantage of the open certification period, funded in part by the Beef Checkoff.
Attention cattle producers in North Florida and the tri-state wiregrass region. Mark the date for midday Thursday, November 3rd, and plan to get your cattle production questions answered by the experts at a special event to be held at Blackwater Cattle Company in Lake Park, Georgia. It's the Not in the Book 2 program, hosted by North Florida Cattlemen's Association and the Wiregrass Cattlemen's Association of Georgia. Thursday, November 3rd, Blackwater Cattle Company, Lake Park, Georgia. And with the big Blackwater sale a week later, the cattle to be offered will also be on display.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Highland Memorial Park is a beautiful place, not a sad place. You know, you need to put your house in order, and Highland is the place to take care of your end-of-life issues. You have thought about it, but keep putting it off. That is just our nature. We want to protect our family, but life gets in the way. Pre-planning makes sense, but at some point, it will be too late to plan ahead. Don't put this off any longer. Call Highland Memorial Park. Make the best decisions and get it done. Call 352-369-1020. We will be there when you need us, but we would like to help you now.
The City of Ocala Department of Recreation and Parks are proud to present the 33rd Annual Light Up Ocala on November 19th. The fun starts on the square in downtown Ocala from 4 to 9 p.m. There will be food vendors, 3 stages of entertainment, Whoville themed kids zone, the downtown holiday skating rink, crafts, the Junior Sunshine Christmas Parade around the downtown square, and then at about 7:30 p.m. the official downtown lighting ceremony. See you at Light Up Ocala.
Palm Garden wants to get to the heart of the matter. If you've been in the hospital as a cardiac patient, maybe you have a pacemaker or congestive heart failure or an arrhythmia, or perhaps you're a heart bypass patient, then consider Palm Garden as your rehab choice. With proven outcomes second to none, Palm Garden fixes broken hearts. Call today at 854-6262. That's 854-6262.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 6 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. A couple of weeks ago, we had a call that Yuki Oikawa was going to be in Ocala and was going to come into the studio to be with us. And we were very excited about that. But he's not in the studio with us. Maybe next time. He's got a book called The Laws of Justice, How We Can Solve World Conflicts and Bring Peace. It's authored by Ryuho Oikawa. Their last name is almost similar. If you're looking on the streaming, I just put a Hello Yuki sign up. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yuki is a Japanese political commentator. He's a United States spokesperson for the book, The Laws of Justice. He himself is an historian, a consultant, a longtime observer of Japanese politics, and we're so looking forward to meeting him one day. I almost was able to meet him, or not Yuki, but Ryuho, right? In New York. Yep. But I wasn't able to get over there. Yuki Oikawa, good morning, Yuki. How are you?
Hello. Hi, Larry and Robin.
Pretty good.
First of all,
I'm very sorry I couldn't make my schedule to visit your studio today.
Oh, I know, but what happened?
Actually, I have to be in Tokyo now.
Okay, you're in Tokyo right now?
Yeah, now I'm watching the Ustream, and I realize my name.
Do you see your name on there?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, thank you.
It says hello, Yuki.
Yes, I can see that. So next time, I really love to visit your studio.
Okay, all right. Can I see you? Are you streaming anywhere?
Sorry?
Are you streaming anywhere? Can I look at you? You can look at us. I'm waiting.
Yes.
Where are you? Where do I see you?
From Tokyo, Japan.
I know, but can I see you on the internet?
Yes, internet. Yeah.
All right. I don't. I think it's losing something in the communication.
Yeah, and here now, the Tokyo time is midnight.
Oh, it's midnight. Oh my gosh. You better go to bed.
Wow.
So before you go to bed, tell me about the laws of justice. We haven't talked about this book before.
Right. Yes. The Laws of Justice is a very unique book. It's the kind of political issue book, in combination with religious and spiritual perspective. So the author Yuho Oikawa, he's Japanese best-selling author. He published this book beginning of this year, and Laws of Justice became a new national bestseller. And he just published this book in English in U.S.
Oh,
so
wow.
you can find this book in Amazon.com. So the reason why he published this book is the last several years the people in the world experienced the international global conflicts, especially in Middle East and many places. We had many, the terrorists and the many problems. So I don't know, but to be honest, since Mr. Obama became a U.S. president, the people in the world, they realized many things happen. So then we learned the American president is not just U.S. president, but a global leader.
Yes. I think we
So that's why this year's the U.S. presidential election is very important, not only for you but also for the world.
Yeah, I know. So before I ask you about your thoughts on politics, can I ask you this question about justice?
Mm-hmm.
Does justice exist in nature, or is it a man-made thing?
The laws of justice. So the author of laws of justice insists. So we should come back to the starting point of the justice. What is justice? So justice is not just decided by the people's votes, the number of the votes. So justice should come from the God's will.
Okay.
I like that.
So that means it does exist in nature. So if
that's right.
All right. So if a little bunny rabbit gets eaten up by a big cat, how does justice get served? Is that just? I mean, what happens there? The bunny rabbit is dead. The cat had a meal. Does the cat have to pay somehow?
Larry, your voice is kind of too big through my telephone. So can you say it again?
Okay.
Oh, your voice.
My voice is too big through the phone? Okay.
Too loud.
Too loud. Okay. All right.
Okay.
If a bunny rabbit all right, if a bunny rabbit gets eaten by a cat, okay? In nature, is there justice served to the cat, or is the cat allowed to eat the bunny rabbit? Is there no justice in the natural world, in nature?
I agree that the justice exists in the nature. So we have only one measurement, which is which should be God's will.
Yeah.
So especially the political leaders.
Okay.
And business leaders have the tremendous responsibility, right? So that's why this book insists that people should come back to the God's will, and through the many religious practice such as the meditation and prayer.
Right.
So you can sense the God's will.
Do you think that the Japanese people are hoping that we have Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton as a president?
Yes. If you allow me to talk about my personal opinion, if I see two candidates from the Japanese perspective, I think Mr. Trump is a very honest man. And on the other hand, I cannot trust Mrs. Clinton because I feel she is hiding something. But that is a typical negative image of the professional politicians.
That's interesting, isn't it? I know a lot of people in Europe seem to disagree. Like they think the exact opposite. So it's interesting how in Asia they're more for Trump, and in Europe they're more for Hillary. It's kind of an interesting thing, isn't it?
Interesting.
Yeah, and here in America it's half and half. So, well, there's a lot of people here that probably are honorary Asians right now.
and also from the Asian point of view, the people in Asia realize the Russian President Putin is a strong leader. And President Obama did not work with the Putin very well.
No.
So we expect a new U.S. president to make a new relationship with Mr. Putin and solve the Middle East issue.
So for that reason, I can understand it very well. The book is The Laws of Justice, and how do we get the book?
So you can, if you visit Amazon.com and search Laws of Justice, Oikawa.
Okay.
And also visit the OikawaBooks.com. OAKAWA, OikawaBooks.com.
Okay, OikawaBooks.com. Yuki, I hope you come to Ocala one day.
Sure.
We'd love to see you.
Yeah.
We'd love to see you. Thank you, Yuki.
Thank you, Adi.
All right.
And Robin.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yuki.
Bye-bye. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. On this Tuesday, sunshine, some clouds, breezy and warm, high 82 to 86. Partly cloudy Tuesday night.